Hello everybody, my name is Scatter. Welcome back to Divine Journey 2. Now I know the progress has been a little bit slow for the past few episodes, but today that's going to change. So right off the bat, we're going to make a few different items here. So first of all, we got the alchemy table from Blood Magic, of course. And we got the Hellfire Forge, also from Blood Magic. None of these things take too much crazy stuff here, but I have prepared it all in advance. We also got the Blood Infuser, and the only thing we're missing there is going to be these Ender Infusers, which I got that stuff in the system. Osmiridium, I actually need 2 more of those, and then Ender Alloy, the basics, which I thought I had more just lying around, but I guess not. That's okay. But while I wait for that, one other thing we need to do is throw this Dread Crystal, hopefully the last one we're going to actually need to make. And it looks like it is. So that's good. That's a really annoying item to make. But now we don't need any more. As soon as we get that Blood Orb from it, that is going to take some amount of the life essence there. Shouldn't take too long. 2,500, yeah, should be done now. Cool, so there's our Blood Orb, and I can just throw that back in there. And, yeah, we'll come back to that to use when we need. Almost got all of those, just waiting on one. Oh, no, that's the advanced ones. Okay, there. So 2 Ender Infusers. Now, I don't really know what an Ender Infuser is. It's from Ender Utilities, but just in case there's a quest for it, no, I guess there's not. So back over to the advanced crafting table to make the Blood Infuser. So that's 3 new crafting tools, basically, that we have now. 2 from Blood Magic and 1 from Evilcraft. So that opens up a lot more of this chapter here. As you can see, we get some nice rewards from that. And here, what do we got? Honestly, I think sugar here is the hardest thing to make. That or glowstone, but 1 stack of glowstone isn't too much, so I'm actually going to go ahead and take the sugar, funnily enough. So the rudimentary snare is going to be a big thing going forward in Blood Magic for sure. This Dagger of Sacrifice, it tells us to craft after reaching a tier 2 blood altar, which we haven't yet, so I guess I can leave that for now. And then a couple things we can do with that, and then Corallium decorated blood star is an interesting one. Okay, so we need another one of these blood infusion cores and a few more of those. But the blood infuser is going to be a much easier way to actually make the blood the blood gem, the dark gem, the dark power gem, right? So it's throwing it in 5 buckets of blood, which is annoying, or just putting the dark gem into one of these with 1,000 millibuckets, 1 bucket of blood. So there's our blood extractor. Now I don't have any extra blood lying around, so let me just go kill a few things to get some. All right, I got a full syringe, so let's just go ahead and put it in the blood extractor, 5 buckets, and go ahead and throw these in here. So it doesn't need power or any fuel or anything. Looks like it just needs to have whatever stuff you're going to infuse. Looks like it takes some upgrades or something as well, which is cool. Now, will I need a way to automate blood? Yeah, almost definitely, but right now I think it's okay. So just a Corallium decorated. So 4 more refined Corallium ingots, which should be okay now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Corallium. Yeah, I mean, 488 lying around. That's, that's fine. I mean, that craft is going to take what? Lots. A stack, I think. So a stack of Corallium ore for 4 refined Corallium ingots is pretty insane, to be honest. But we are getting that passively now pretty quickly. So I'm not super concerned about it. Just declutter my inventory a little bit here. And so, yeah, we're just waiting on that. And then, so it's that. And then the hardened blood droplet. And then the blood shard, which we have a few of there. I think those are the 3, if I'm right. Yeah. So you can make 1 more of those. And now we're just waiting on the corallium ingots. And we have exactly 4 left over, which should be exactly what we need there. So let's just go ahead and bookmark that. Fine corallium. So we got 2, and now we got 4. So they do take quite a while to make and quite a lot of resources, but definitely not going to like passively automate them yet or anything like that, because that would be insane. And I don't think I need too many right now, or at least honestly, if I do need a lot of these right now, in my opinion, I think that's a pretty big balance issue. I don't know. It seems like a very intense item right now. But anyway, there's that. We get a few power gems back. And so that leads into the upgrade for the Blood Orb. But here's the stuff for the tier 2 Blood Altar. So we need some of these runes, right? And so to get the runes, each of the runes needs 6 dark steel blocks, which is fine. And then 2 blank slates and the orb. And the orb doesn't get used up if I remember correctly. But the blank slates are just any stone, it looks like. Is that going to be any stone? I mean, frozen stone, dreadstone, abyssal stone, twilight stone, umber stone. The fact that it takes limestone. Oh, that's from a tomb. So maybe it's just like from any like other dimension. Okay. I guess that's it. Right? Any stone from any like other dimension, any modded dimension at least. So do I not have a bunch of that stone from... Yeah, okay. I searched Icica, which is not the name of the mod, which is why it didn't come up, which makes complete sense. I was just being a little bit stupid. That's okay. So that's going to be 1,000 life essence each. There we go. Totally fine. I was wondering if you could shift right click maybe to take that out. I don't think there's a way to do it without an empty hand, which I think is really, really annoying. I don't know why they would have done it that way, but that's okay. So I don't know how many of these I'm going to need right away. And I mean, like, automating this is definitely a priority. I think I can, like, automate it at least a little bit more with, like, conduits or something like that. So let me try and get that set up. Okay, I can't remember if this thing has sightedness or if it has, like, a thing where it actually won't pull out unfinished items. But we're going to find out here. So let's just throw in a couple of those. So they all went in here. And no, they all just get pulled out immediately. So maybe a filter. Maybe the only way to go about that. It's definitely a way to go about that. So I'll just do it. Maybe there is an easier way. Maybe there's like a sightedness that'll only pull out different like things that are finished. Maybe. I don't know. That's kind of weird, but for now, I think this is just fine. So we're only going to extract, for now, blank runes, or blank slates. Blank slates, because that's the only thing we're going to be auto-crafting here. So I can make 4. And they do all get put in at the same time, so that's a bit strange, too. Maybe a limited item filter on this one is necessary. That's so odd, though. There must be a better way to do this. So I've looked into this a little bit, and apparently the Extra Utilities 2 transfer filter is actually a really easy way to insert only one item into a thing. Obviously, we have the limited item filter as well, but the limited item filter, I mean, it works, but if this one is going to work a little better, because the limited item filter, I would have to, of course, you know, say every... Wait. Oh, I probably put the filter on the output. That would make a lot of sense. Filter there. You there, and then cable in between. So the filter, unlimited, single item. There we go. So now we don't need to care about what items are going in. we just say single item. And there we go. It's going to get crafted up. And then there we go. Now we could also use some kind of timer, but we're not going to do that because it works the way it is. And we have the big item filter. So, and then because things, well, the main issue I think is things are going to take a different amount of time to actually process in it, right? So we don't want to have to like configure that for every different thing. Now the way to automate blood, there's a thing in blood magic called the Well of Suffering. And I don't know if that's going to be the best way, but it is a way. Maybe it's even the only way. But I don't think we have access to that quite yet. So for now, we're stuck with the Sakdag. But let's just get a few of these blank runes. So it wants 8, so we need 16 of these total, which we don't quite have enough. So I'll just get 5 more of these crafted up. And while we're waiting for that, I think we actually have all the items we need to make more heart canisters. So that one's obviously really easy to make. This one, the Totem of Undying, actually we don't have. But I'll teach you how to make this other stuff anyway. So empowered. So these, it probably needs to learn to make those blocks, but it almost definitely needs to learn to make this stuff as well. So magical apple. We can teach the enchanter. And empowered this block, and then the Demontine block. Because I'm finding myself with the assumption that it's going to be a lot easier to do, well, the more health you have, the easier it is to do sacrificial dagger stuff, right? So I'm finding myself wanting to fill out the heart canisters as much as I can. Also just because like having the one yellow heart is a little bit annoying. And if I fill this up with what I can make right now, it's going to go straight up to a full bar of yellow hearts for exactly 30 health, which is neat. Actually, like I guess that's 60 health because the number, it counts like half, you know. But in any case, there we are there. And I think this may take more dark steel than we have in the buffer. And the machine, you know, it doesn't actually know how to make dark steel right yet. Maybe I'm going to need to do that in the future. Maybe just increasing the buffer is going to be good enough. I'm not sure. But let's just try. So that's going to be 6 times 8, which is 42. No, it's not. It's 48. 48. Oh, we do have enough. So that's 432 blocks total. Okay, so we should be able to go ahead and make the blank runes. So just put the rest of those in there, and it's not going to use up the Blood Orb. So 8. There we go. Perfect. And runes for the altar. Okay, and we get an Inspectoris Scandalum, right? And so this opens up the next tier, the Blood Orb, which you're going to make that with the Corallium Decorated Bloodstar. Makes sense, and that needs a tier 2 Blood Altar, 12,000 LP. And then we get the next tier of slate as well, just by putting the blank slates back in. Okay, so the Inspectoris Scandalum is going to tell us how to make that, right? So you kind of like, you right click, set tier to 2, and then you can like shift right click. It's missing a blood rune. So I happen to know that they need to go under it. And you can see here that it'll actually show you like a ghost of the stuff that you need. So that's nice and convenient. So I'll get my blank runes, and they just need to go for tier 2. It's really easy. They just need to go kind of down here like this. And you can choose to build this, you know, up. So it's actually like on a pedestal. And maybe I'll do that for the later tiers, kind of switch everything around. But for now, I think that works just fine. So if I shift right click, it's missing a solid block. Oh, I guess it still needs a solid block right under it, even though it's not a rune, which is fine. So I'll just put a dirt block back there. So there we go. It still says it's missing a solid block. Why would that be? Maybe here? Maybe this? Maybe it doesn't like this? Maybe it doesn't like these? Minus 260 through 238. That's like all the way back here. Does it just need this stuff filled in? No. What are you talking about, man? Minus 2. That's like all the way back here. I'm standing. Okay. I'm standing at minus 263, 238. Oh, maybe it just means next tier, like... You know, so if we set tier to 3... Maybe that's what it's talking about, the next tier. So maybe this just is already what we want it to be. But it still says it only holds 10,000. Which maybe that doesn't actually increase. But I would expect it to like have some kind of like, congratulations, this is now a 2-tier altar. I don't know, maybe not. I don't really remember. Let's go ahead and see if this will work. I mean, it seems to be working, so I guess it did work. So apologies for that confusion. And I guess we can get rid of those there. Okay, yeah, I think some of that went into the buffer. So all of it couldn't have been used for this, which makes sense. Is it going to finish? Maybe, hopefully. Not quite. I have died. That's quite embarrassing, actually. And I lost the agility cape as well. I do have an extra. Well, I haven't died in a really long time. Wow. I should have been paying. Oh, it drops the agility cape. That's why I lost it last time then. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'll have to just take you out and let's just get that actually filled up and make sure it's all working. Okay, so I think this is tier 2 just fine. Like if it wasn't tier 2, then this wouldn't do anything. The issue simply was that it uses way more blood than I thought. So for some reason, I thought this recipe used 2,500 blood, and it actually uses 12,000. So I actually just need to fill it up with 2,000 extra after starting the craft, and I'll do a couple more just to be on the safe side here. But that should go ahead and finish up. And so the blood altar, it doesn't store more, but what we have to do is just get it automated so that it keeps refilling by itself when you do like bigger crafts like this that need more blood than it can hold. So yeah, that's not going to end up being too hard, I think, but it's just something that we need to get set up. So this should finish right now. So you actually need to right click those to like bind them to yourself. So it is now, and it stores raw life essence, right? So I can put that there, and now it's going to start charging from the life essence that's in there, and then that's going to be bound to my personal network, which I don't think is super useful for us right now, but it definitely will be. So, yes, okay. Get some more of those blood shards. And now, so I think, yeah, the dagger of sacrifice, as opposed to the sacrificial dagger, great, is something where you can just kill things in order to get the blood instead of self-sacrifice. So yeah, I guess you can either try a self-sacrifice build or a sacrifice build with a mob farm, though with self-sacrifice runes, the former usually works out to be more efficient. Okay. Right, so the thing is, when you put these, you can put these like blank runes here to increase the tiers, right? But you can also turn them into like a particular type of rune. So if we look up at blood runes, so all of these here, so speed rune makes things go faster, rune of sacrifice, and rune of... So rune of self-sacrifice is a different thing. So rune of sacrifice, I guess, is the other thing. So these are made in the alloy smelter, and they don't look too bad here. So I guess I'll just get a few reinforced slates, and then we can replace some of these out. So self-sacrifice runes, I think, is going to be the way to go for now. So we're going to need to... I'll take this Blood Orb out, and then I'll just get this filled up again. And each full thing right now is only going to make four slates, right? So if we go slate, reinforced slate, yeah, 2,500. So that's what I was getting mixed up with before. So to make all of these into self-sacrifice runes, I would need 16. Okay, which means I would need to fill it up 4 times, which is fine. I legitimately almost died again. Okay, yes. Okay, so I'll get all those slates made up and then come back and refill that, because I think we're going to be doing the self-sacrifice thing for a little while longer, long enough that it's worth it to do this, in my opinion. All right, I'm actually just going to do a couple at a time here because, you know, early blood magic with the really shitty self-sacrifice is just generally just awful. So we gotta fix that. So I'm gonna need just 8 of those total, which is fine. And then, so the blank rune, 1 of those, and then 2 reinforced slates, and then smelt all that up together. Cool. I'll grab the other one. And then, like I said, you can just use these to construct the tier. And then that should be good. So before we were getting 200 LP on every self-sacrifice, and now we're going from 1280 to 1500. So that's really 20 extra. Are you kidding me? 10 extra for each one of those? No way. They must compound or something. That sucks so bad. I mean, I guess it adds up. It's an extra 10%. Yeah, I mean, it's an extra 10%. So with all this, it's going to be an extra 40%, which is fine, I guess. I would totally expect it to be a lot better, but I guess there is a way to automate it, so they're not just going to make you or let you just completely skip the automation in favor of one of these that works like way too well. But I think for now it's still going to be worth it to put them all in there. And the annoying part about this, of course, as well, is that the blank slates now are crafting ingredients and products from this. So I had to actually just manually go into the big filter and take that out. Maybe a timing-based approach would be the way to go there, but I think blood magic has its own sort of item conduit type things that are a little bit smarter when it comes to that kind of thing. So that is probably going to be where we go next for that. But I'll just finish up making all these self-sacrifice runes, and then we can move on. All right, that's all 8 self-sacrifice runes. So we go from 2680. I believe this should be 280 per. Should be 280 per, so we should go up to 2960. Yeah, okay. So it's not bad. It's certainly better. I mean, it's significantly better. 40%. That's not nothing. It's not like totally broken, but it's not nothing. Okay. One more and fill it up. And let's just go ahead and throw our Blood Orb in there so we can get some LP. I believe this one can fill our personal network up to 25,000. Yeah, so that'll eat up all of that, plus some more. Get some more blank slates. And okay, so very cool. The next thing that we're going to need to do is get one of these, or some of these, because you do definitely need a few rudimentary snares. But I think that might be something better left for next time, because we're about ready to finish up here, and I do actually want to get these extra health canisters while we can. I feel like there is going to be some stuff. Well, the self-sacrifice, honestly, is reason enough for me to want to do that. But, yeah, it's just something that, you know, we've been able to do it for a while, and we might as well. So, yeah, I've gone ahead and I made these 4 empowered blocks here, and I'm just going to use the, which empower is this? The crystallized canola seed empower, which I really thought we were going to be using more of when I made it, but I'm going to go ahead and use this to craft the Woodland Locator, something like that, the Woodland Mansion Locator token, and you use it to locate the totem. Now, what the hell are you talking about? Well, find you the nearest Woodland Mansion. You need to kill the Invokers inside to get their Totems of Undying. Okay. So, okay, we get 1 for just doing the quest, which is fine. So, do they just drop? Is it a mob drop, or is it like you... I don't know. I'm not sure right now. But let's just go ahead and see what happens when we use this thing. You do not have permission to use this command? What? I mean, okay, I'm going to spawn one back in because that's strange. I mean, I'm on a single player world, so that's extremely strange. Okay, so I'll go ahead and cheat one back in, and now it shouldn't give me the permission error. Located mansion at 12.392, 528. Oh, it just tells you right away. Okay, cool. So 12.392, 1528. 12.392, 1528. Woodland Mansion. 12.392, 1528. Is that? Yes, okay. Where is that? So it's about 12 kilometers away, 12 and a half, which is not insignificant, but it's not too bad. So I'm going to go ahead and load up, and then we'll make our way there. Just to give you some idea of how long this is going to take for me, I think we go somewhere in the vicinity of like 80 meters per second. So, I mean, it's not an insane slog, but that's going to take a minute. Okay, I guess at some point the game just decided I was going too fast for it to even bother jetting the world, because I mean it hasn't been. It just looks like this. At some point I even got pushed back like 2,000 meters, and I was against a tree, so I guess the game realized like, oh shit, you're not supposed to be this far yet. You're supposed to have been running into a tree for 5 minutes, which is fine. So it looks like stuff is jetting in now, and it looks good, and we should be pretty close to the Woodland Mansion now. This is actually kind of a really nice area. Like, I, low-key, would not have minded spawning here. Like, look at that, just setting up your base like there, your initial base anyway, and then you got the desert right next to you, you got all these cliffs. It's looking great, I can't lie. But that's not what we're here for, to sightsee. We're here for the Woodland Mansion. So this is a roofed forest biome. And oh, there it is, it's huge, oh my god. I have no idea what mod this is from. I don't know if it is a mod. I don't know. It might be a vanilla thing. I don't know. Because the totem is a vanilla thing, isn't it? The totem is a vanilla thing. So maybe this is just a vanilla thing. Which if it is, I had no idea. But I'll keep the waypoint there. And I'll just turn it off. So we need to find some evokers. Right? I have no idea what I'm looking for, though. I took a couple soul vials in case it is just like drops rather than like a dungeon type thing. So there's a Vindicator. Oh, Jesus. Okay. They drop emeralds, which is kind of nice. But I don't think we really need it so much at this point. I don't think these guys are what we're looking for. There's your Evoker. Permission denied. This entity is blacklisted. Ah, okay. So it's like a boss. You can't pick up bosses with the soul vials, which is fine. Okay. Totem of Undying. Very cool. So I guess then that means that I need to find another one of these for every, or maybe it respawns. Maybe I'll just like sit here for a while and see if it respawns, or maybe I'll just look it up. Because like it seems really not in the spirit of things to have to, you know, drop by Evoker, mob loot fabricator. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I could have gotten it with a morb. But then I think if you use this, it uses up the morb, right? Like it's not like that. I can use that to respawn. Maybe the mob loot fabricator. I'm going to have to make that a little bit later. Yeah, I don't know. Disappointed that I couldn't grab that in the soul vial, but I guess I can't complain too much considering it's like a boss and you could, you know, you could cheat like every boss if you could do that. Maybe you can get it with other means. But in any case, it's interesting that it said permission denied, even though like I'm on admin mode now. I allowed cheats in order to spawn in the token again. Yeah, okay. So cool, I guess there's just one of those in each mansion. Or maybe there's multiple. I am gonna, before leaving, because it did take me quite a while to get here, I'm just gonna make sure I'm not missing anything from this. Alright, I guess they don't respawn. There's only one in each Woodland Mansion. So I'm gonna need to find some more in order to do this stuff. So that is unfortunate, but apparently you can spawn them with a mob duplicator, which I can't use until we get into Draconic, I think. If I can use this now, I'll feel really stupid. Oh, no. No, because this is harder to make, right? This is really hard to make. Yeah, okay, you do need to get into Draconic to get this. So, right, well, maybe not actually into it, but you need a laser focus, which we don't have yet, so whatever. Maybe I shouldn't have... maybe I should have killed that guy. Well, we're going to just have to make another locator token at some point, which is fine. And now that I've done this, I can just do it off camera, so I don't need to waste your precious time with it. So I guess that's all sounded good. So let's go back home. Because I enabled cheats, I don't have the countdown for home, but I mean, that's kind of trivial anyway at this point, considering I could just float up above anywhere and be unbothered for that amount of time. So that's 2 Totems of Undying. I don't think they're used for anything else. I guess we have 3 total now. I don't think they're used for anything else, so I am just going to go ahead and turn them all into heart canisters. Because, you know, any bit of extra health is going to make our sacrificing experience a little bit smoother, which I think is definitely worth it. Okay. They shouldn't take too long to finish up here. Oh, yeah, actually they will, because it needs to empower a bunch of stuff. Okay. Now hold up a second. If on the quest for this, it does say, if you're playing on a server that doesn't allow you to find or get a Woodland Mansion, use the Abyssal Craft Summon Evoker ritual available in Chapter 14 from the regular Necronomicon. Now, we're in Chapter 15. It does say regular Necronomicon, which we're past, but I mean, I should just be able to use the upgraded one, right? So let's just have a look for Summon Evoker. Now, I did see this before. I don't consider it to have like wasted my time or anything like that to have done that, because I'm glad I got to see it and stuff. But this is going to be a much better use of time, I think, because this is a pretty easy ritual. 2,000 energy. Just need another one of those tokens, 2 Corellian Plague Flesh, and an Emerald. So we're just going to do that for the other ones, I think, because we're only going to need to do that, what, like, I mean, 6 more times in order to fill out the heart canisters, but then the other heart canisters take the previous ones. So I guess in total, assuming I don't need the canisters for anything else, 26 more times to fill up the old health bar with 50 health total. But yeah, so that's not too bad. I think we can go ahead and do that right now. All right, the 3 heart canisters are done. So that's going to be 24 hearts total. And I need 26 more to kind of fill up the thing. Those 4 yellow hearts do look pretty good. So 26 total is what we're going to need. I have taught the system everything it needs to make these woodland tokens. So 26, is this going to be a completely insane amount of things? I don't have enough Moonglow Leaf. I don't know how to make either of those gears because I've just been... Or Lumium gears, really? So I need to teach the machine how to make some things. I need to auto-farm this Moonglow Leaf, I think, and teach it how to make both of these things. Other than that, though, I should be able to auto-craft this completely ludicrous amount of stuff. You know what? For now, let's just do the 6 that we actually need. That sounds like a better plan to me. Okay. Yeah. All right, so we're back here in the Dreadlands, and we should have everything we need here. So just one of those. 2 of those, and 1 of those. I don't think it needs anything in the middle or anything like that. I'm wrong. Summon Evoker. Location, the overworld. So you do just need a regular... It has to be in the overworld, huh? Huh. Well, I didn't realize that there were any rituals like that. So that means I'm going to need to remake the regular Necronomicon. and then charge it up. That is really inconvenient. I think, in my opinion, and, you know, shoot me if I'm wrong, but I think if you upgrade a thing, such as this Necronomicon here, it should probably work. It should probably have all the functionality of the old stuff in a situation like this where it is so ridiculously inconvenient. Why is this portal not working? Hello? So ridiculously inconvenient to, you know, go to the new thing to do it. And just to confirm that that is the way that it actually works. Oh, I'm completely wrong. I've never been more wrong about anything in my life. That's... Wow. So I've been going to those other dimensions so often for no reason. No reason whatsoever. Okay, well... There's that. We got these guys to deal with now. Wonderful. Okay, but I can... I'll finish up spawning the 6 of those, and then we'll fill out the health bar. And then, I suppose, continue with more blood magic stuff. But for now, if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.